Hi, good morning, everybody. So I thought I'd do this early morning live so I can continue the information on these guys that is in Scotland, the Kingdom of Kubala. Now, I'm going to show a few videos, a few clips. Some you may have heard before, and some might be new. And so you can be with me, and when you come into the chat, we can have the discussion about it. So, so as you know, there is this new cult that is similar to carbonation. However, the difference with this cult is there are only 3 in the group. There was a wife before, and there seems to have been a lot of stuff. Me and another channel holder, we've noticed a few things and similarities and certain stuff. So, quite a few channel holders. I really feel there's going to be a whole sector made on these people. But we're going to start off with the lady that was missing, particularly. Now, one of my subscribers did mention when I did the live yesterday with the ladies that how she is a mother. Now, I did get confirmation because news, all that stuff. I find that there is information on that. So let me see if I can pull it up. Did I already pull it up? Oh, I did already pull it up. Okay, I did already pull it up. Because it's madness to me, really. But anyway. So let me pull up this one. Let's get all these screens away. And let me play this part. And I'm going to play some of the Zimbabwean, some of her stuff. Now, I put up a couple clips from her, from another channel as well. And I'm going to slowly walk through this. I'm not going to rush it because there's a lot to get through. I'm not trying not to take it into 3 more videos because there's so many bits to put all together. Is crazy work. Okay, so what I'm going to play this one.
Mother who vanished with baby found living in a tribe in Scottish woods. Cora Taylor, right, left Texas to join the forgotten tribe. Picture, Facebook. A mother from Texas who vanished with her child has re-emerged in a Scottish woodland living as the second wife of an ancient tribe's leader. 21-year-old Cora Taylor disappeared from her home in Texas her 1-year-old months ago, and was discovered to be living in the Kingdom of Kubala under the name Asnat, Lady Safi, of Adheni. The small Hebrew tribe, comprised of King Adheni and his wife Queen Nandi, live outside of Jedburgh, Scotland, in the forest. Taylor's family have expressed their worry about their daughter's new lifestyle, saying it breaks their heart. Days ago, Taylor posted on Facebook for the first time in months, writing, "Yes, I'm very happy with my king and queen. I was never missing. I fled a very abusive, toxic family who abused me sexually since I was a child. So you don't go missing to your abusers. Sign up for all of the latest stories. Start your day informed with Metro's News Updates newsletter or get breaking news alerts the moment it happens." Taylor's aunt, Terry Allen, told The Independent her niece was not a victim of abuse, but that she lived a sheltered and protected life. Cora's family have expressed concern for her well-being. Picture, SWNS. Queen Nandi made a post online claiming she and her husband are the head of a lost Hebrew tribe which have claimed Scotland as their home. She wrote, "We have returned to claim Scotland as our homeland, a land stolen by Elizabeth I 400 years ago when she deported all black people from Scotland and England." Nandi is referencing the 1596 arrangement with a merchant to sell black people in England to get back English prisoners in Portugal and Spain. This plan did not come to fruition, though, but the tribe in Scotland is attempting to convince other lost tribes to come with them. The father of Taylor's child has been speaking with police in Scotland. She reportedly came to the UK on a 6-month tourist visa, so there is a chance she could be forced to leave the country once that ends. More trending. 1. Family broken after father.
So probably she had a baby with her or something like that. So that's what I'm getting from this news. Hi, Cupcake. Yes. There's more on this. There's more. There's more. Even on the man himself. Hold on. Let me do another one. Let me stop sharing this. And let's go to this one. So we're gonna do what I put. There's a slide I put up on the post. Right. So all these thingies that's gonna pop up. Something they got. Okay. There's loads of slides gonna pop up on this one. Okay. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Okay, let me do this and do this because yeah, let's do this. Okay. So let me see if it's gonna do it. Okay, he's not gonna do it. So a Stockton couple who was due to stand trial this month no longer faces criminal charges. Jean Jashrol, 42, and Kofi Ofa, 36, was charged with child cruelty. The couple, formerly named as Yam Lane in Stockton, were due to stand trial in Tellside Crown Court in January before prosecutors formally offered no evidence against them. Previously reported the pair was due to face charges which was alleged to have taken place in Stockton between June 21 and July 13, 2024. So this is the man, the Nandi and the Messiah. Okay, so we did the missing girl and the couple. Now Kofi, as we know, used to be an operatic singer. Hold on, I think I've got, let me bring it forward so I can see it. Hold on, let's bring him up.
To the newborn King, peace on earth and mercy mild, cold and sickness reconciled. Joyful, O ye nations, rise, join the triumph of the skies, with angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the heralds, angels sing, glory to the new.
Okay. And there's another one.
Let's talk about the Kubala kingdom. As I said, this whole thing has been kind of insane to me because these used to be normal people at one point. Okay. So I first became aware of them through the wife. Her name is Jean Gasho. She also goes by Mary Tamar. But of course, now we know she has a long name. Hold on, let me get into her real name. So her name is Prophetess Mary Tamar of the Free Worshippers, Priestess of Dreams of the Northern Kingdom, the Mother of Shaka and the Eagle of Napoleon. That is her official title. But back then, she was just Jean. She was a blogger. She used to write about having 6 children, being a single mom to those 6 children because her ex-husband had pretty much up and left her one day. She then starts going to a prophetic church, and there is an incident in that prophetic church where there's some sort of inappropriate interaction between her and the prophet. I don't know if it was just like the one interaction or if it was an ongoing thing. However, she exposes that prophet, she exposes that ministry and that church, she leaves. Enter King Atahene, or as he's known back then, Kofi Ofer. Kofi Ofer, he also goes by Nino, I believe. In her blog post, she mentions how Nino wanted a single mother. He wanted a single mother. He was praying for a single mother, which, I mean, hello, red flag. Why are you praying on single mothers? And that's something he consistently does, mind you. They're all single mothers. They all have children. So yeah, she brings this man over to the UK. She is absolutely enamored by him. She calls him her Boaz, and Boaz is a Bible story. Boaz and Ruth, the story of Boaz and Ruth is a story of a woman who was sort of an outcast or uncared for being brought under the protection of Boaz. And he is her her protector, her savior in a way. He keeps her safe. He makes sure she's fed. And that's how she saw Nino. She introduced Nino to us. She portrayed him to be an opera singer. He was a property mogul. He had a PR firm. Yeah, and there were a few other like enterprises that he had, right? And he was meant to be this business mogul. So that's how she sold this story to us, that she was being taken care of. Her man was a millionaire and she was getting swept off her feature. It later comes out that the properties were actually Airbnbs that he was subletting, and the PR firm was really him just doing work on Fiverr. So a lot of his background was overinflated. But alas, it didn't matter, right? Because Jean's in love with him. That is her man. They get married in a park. I don't know if it was a legally binding marriage because I believe one of Jean's children was the person to marry them. I think he was like the officiant. Officiant, is that the word? I don't know. Yeah, he was the person that, did the ceremonies, did the vows and the ceremony in the park. They're married. And that's where the polygamy starts. Okay, he starts to talk about needing a second wife. He then brings in somebody who Jean calls the Shulamite. The Shulamite was an era, okay? There was the Shulamite. At one point, he had three wives. He had Jean, he had the Shulamite, and he had a third lady called Hagar. That's what they called her. These are all biblical names, by the way, and they all have a meaning behind them. Hagar was very much the handmaid. She was actually later on demoted to a concubine because, she didn't know how to act. The wives are a running theme. And it's always that the wives are young, they seem to be quite vulnerable, they're either single mothers, and again, I don't know why they all have to come from the States. His previous wife, now mind you, this lady that he has in the forest up there in Scotland, her family are looking for her. Her family are looking for her and her young child, okay? And this is not the first time. The wife they had before this one, we actually have to broach the topic in a really sensitive manner because she passed away. Let's talk about the Kubala kingdom. As I said, this whole thing has been kind of insane to me because these used to be normal people at one point. Okay. So I first became a Okay, part two of the Kingdom of Kubala. I don't even know what to call this, to be honest. Okay, and thank you for your patience. Thank you for bearing with me. Some of you were patient. Some of you were messaging me and all sorts, but like I'm humble rest of you. Okay, I have to work. I'm doing my best. So I believe it's fairly early on in the marriage that Nino, floats the idea of being a polygamist to Jean. And Jean on her blog says that this wasn't news to her. She was familiar with polygamy. I believe her dad, who is quite a pivotal figure in her life, and we will come back to him later on. I believe he had multiple wives, so it wasn't something that she was unfamiliar with. She was, in theory, okay with the concept. In practice, though, it seemed like Jean actually really struggled with sharing Nino in the early stages. A lot of the blog posts, so I will say her blog is still up. However, she has done a lot of editing. She has done a lot of censoring. She's deleted a lot of the blog posts that documented the Shulamite and the Hagar era. But it's okay. I remember. The wives were always fighting. There was always a lot of cattiness, a lot of bitterness, a lot of bitchiness about how long he was spending with who. He would pretend to go to bed with Jean in the night, and then he would wake up at like 2 a.m. and then go and sneak out and stay in Shulamite's room. And then when they brought Hagar on the scene, Hagar was like a whole different kettle of fish because she, while Shulamite was Ghanaian, Hagar was described as being Asian. And for like any Americans that are watching in the UK, the term Asian is usually used to describe somebody of South Asian descent. So she was of South Asian descent, and she was also painted out to have quite a good job. I believe she worked in finance, and Shulamite also had a good job. He actually met Shulamite in university, and then encountered her, invited her to an event in the UK years later, and reconnected in that way, and then, made a move on her, proposed to her, took her home and said, "You're going to be my second wife." And then he pretty much did the same thing with Hagar. So that trio of wives fell apart, and Hagar was demoted to a concubine because she brought an engagement ring and proposed to Nino in one of the service departments, which was apparently a big no-no. Like, he is the one to make the move on the woman like that. He is the one to let them know when they are going to, be stepping into their next role, because there's a hierarchy in the household. So yeah, it goes Nino, Jean as the first wife, second wife, and then the concubine, or whoever that is below the second wife. The concubine, from Jean's writing, she makes it seem like they're just there for physical pleasure, whereas the wives will be the ones that bear the children and the heirs of Kubala, or the Northern Kingdom. So Jean as a mother, I would say that Jean was a good mom. Mind you, when she met Nino, she had 6 children. They did have another baby together. So it was initially 7 children that they had. blended that family. He accepted them all, and they were just one big family. They were one big happy family. From what you could see online, Jean was a good mom. She enjoyed parenting. She enjoyed having as many children as she did. So then Shulamite gets pregnant. So Jean really gets jealous here because up until this point, she is the one that bears the children, and she sort of has that title. And now by Shulamite getting pregnant, it sort of shuffles things up in the household. Again, there are a lot of posts about crying wives, about like cattiness. I believe that Shulamite shaved off Jean's eyebrows at one point. I'm not sure. A lot of like cattiness over cooking food, taking care of the children. And Shulamite begins to, post her own blogs. She begins to document her story of Nino in her own words. Again, I will leave it up here so you guys can go and read it. The thing that I find most disturbing about Shulamite is the fact that she disappears. She disappears. The last we hear of her, she is pregnant. Hagar, the third wife / concubine, has been exiled, and that's all we hear. That's the last that we hear of Shulamite, which I think is concerning. I hope and I pray that, she just left, she caught some sense, and she's raising her child somewhere in peace. So there was a period where it was like fairly uneventful, right? There was no Shulamite, there was no Hagar. I believe Jean was pregnant, so a lot of her blogs were about taking care of her children, which again, I believe she was a good mom. However, during this uneventful time is when we see the birth, I suppose, of the House of Ophir, which then later on becomes the Northern Kingdom, which later on becomes Kubala. Okay. And that's where, during that moment of that sort of era of peace and quiet, is when he sort of brings forth this House of Ophir, and they begin, in their blog post, she starts to talk about maybe like some type of, how can I say this? I wouldn't say rituals, but actually, yeah, some of them were rituals. Like, and I feel like that's what she says, that's what she calls them as well. A lot of ceremonies and dinners and feasts to bring in this new era of the House of Ophir. Okay, part 2 of the Kingdom of Kubala. I don't even know what to call this, to be honest. Okay, thank you.
I'm telling you, that lady's gonna be jealous of that, whatever she calls herself, the Texas one, because there's a video where he's lying on her, he's lying on her lap. He have her dancing around him a lot, and there's a few pictures of her, loads of interactions with him. So even from yesterday live, I can see there is definitely a, what's he call it, where she's above the lady, where Nandi, I just call her Nandi. I don't even call her by her name. Where she's above the handmaiden, right? And yes, handmaidens, they do produce ears and stuff like that. Like even when you watch the handmaiden, that program, the bits what I've seen, they produce children. That's the idea of it. So when you're calling someone a handmaiden, that's initially a concubine anyway. But people say certain stuff like they don't understand what's the meaning behind it. But there is an interaction with her and Kofi, which I find really disturbing. Let me see, I can find it, and then we'll get to why she is in the Kabbalah kingdom. And then we get back to the other bits. So I might do it a bit back to frontish. I don't know how it turns out. So there's an interaction that happens here. Hold on, if I can get it.
Grandma died, and I busted out laughing. I was so happy to hear. I was so happy to hear this news. But to Melba Latanya, to Rochelle Latoya, Terry Allen, Vandora Vincent, and everybody else who she took in and raised, and whose children and whose children's children she raised and took in and cared for all of these years, you will see what happens to you for how you've treated her and for the pain that you inflicted on her. You will see what Yehovah does to you. You will see what destruction awaits you in the near future. But you too will also see what Yehovah makes of me, because I believe that her death was my rise, that she held on this long 95 years to see me walking in my calling, to see me walking in my purpose here in Kubala as the handmaiden of Queen Nandi and the bondwoman of King Atihene. You will see what Yehovah makes of me, and you will see the destruction that awaits you in the near future. My words are sealed among the gods. I am Asnat of Atihene, and you will know, you will mark this day as the day that I prophesied your destruction, O Egypt.
Now, to me, that's kind of disturbing when you hear someone passes away, then you laugh and you think it's because it puts you on an equal keel, on a higher level, something, I ain't no expert on nothing, right? I'm just saying, like, how it feels when, well, to me, that was disturbing because she's kind of preying on people's downfall. But your situation is not that great neither, because you're living in a, seems like a park. They've had them moved on a couple times for what I've seen. They've moved them from different places. You're not really in the best place, because that lady is very controlling, right? Nandi, Jean, whatever her name is, whatever she goes by, she's very controlling. Even yesterday, as I'm watching the live yesterday, what happened yesterday, you can see the controllingness. She does actually want attention from her husband. So even though another woman might come there and she's all right with it, hi Amma, and she's all right with it, she's not all right with it. And she showed it yesterday. Now, I could go to my live and I can show that little space where this lady was talking on the camera. So the camera came to her level, and she was dressed in that pale, lovely pale, it's like a pale dress. And G must have told her to put a top on or something. Oh, you're off to bed. Oh, that's okay. Put on a top. And she came back to the camera because she was talking before. And what Jean does, it went muffled for a little while. As she's talking, it went muffled for a little while. Then when Jean finds she was talking too much, she moved the camera on her. Now I am going to get to some of Jean's stuff, what she has said, because I did put out clips, and she has worked in the NHS as well. So she was a mental health worker, which was right. She was a mental health worker and stuff like that. So the vlogs that they are talking about, you really see truly who she is, how she talks. And I did that first thought, yes, there was a man before Kofi, but then I took it back because I wasn't sure and I didn't want to be wrong. So with this lady, like I said, she says the disturbing stuff. Now, there is one where she talks about how she came to be in the kingdom. And that's what one of the subscribers really wanted to hear. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play it. Hopefully it ain't going to jump around too much. Let me put on the...
And today I just want to share a bit of my testimony with Babylon, with you Babylonians. So prior to my exodus, to my journey of redemption here in Kubala, in Egypt, I suffered from a very chronic skin disease that went undiagnosed my whole life. I had it since as long as I can remember. Every time I went to the hospitals and had doctor's appointments, they give me all these prescriptions for all these different ointments and different medicines and pills that I would take for something they would call seasonal allergies. But there was no allergy that they could, like I said, diagnose me with. I also suffered from severe abdominal pain. I had lots of different abdominal ailments and illnesses that also went undiagnosed. I was always in and out of the hospital. I was a sickling. I couldn't hold any weight. And I had been wearing glasses since I was 6 years old in the first grade. And in meeting the king and the queen in my journey.
Right. It's not me that's cut off her face. This is how she's actually filmed it. Right. In the beginning, we see her face, and now she's cut off her face.
Here in Kubala, the king instructed me one day just to take off my glasses and see the things that I could and leave the things that I couldn't. And I never had to wear them again. And I've been able to see without any contact prescriptions, without any contact lenses. I haven't used any pharmaceutics. I have no prescription medicines or anything. And I've been completely healed from all of these ailments that I had, that I suffered from terribly in Egypt, by way of the stream water, the herbs. Every morning we have herbal water. I think the queens talked a bit about it, but we pick herbs from the trees, the grass, all the leaves, and we make water from them. And it's been healing me from the inside out. I've been able to gain a lot of weight, if y'all haven't noticed, and for the first time in my entire life. And
There is a picture with this girl, and she's got braids in her hair from before she got into all of this, and she had weight on her, right? She had weight on her before, so I don't know why she's making it out like though they saved her, because she looked like she carried some type of weight anyway, right? She wasn't, when she was younger, she was quite a small child, but when she got older, she had a little bit of weight. There is a picture, I'm going to find it. As she's talking, I'm going to find it so you can see for yourself. She's talking utter rubbish right now. Maybe it's starting to sound a little bit like the healing of the things, what nature boy, oh, I went over to there and he healed me. I went over there and that's what this sounds like. So I'm going to play it because I know one of the subscribers will be watching.
I just am so grateful that I serve such a faithful God and I have such strong and wise leaders. And yeah, Yehovah has been so faithful. He is truly the gift that keeps giving. Kubala, Kubala, Iliswe.
She always had healthy weight. Sorry, I know you didn't hear me. She always had healthy weight. So this is her with her weight before she went over to the kingdom of Kabbalah. Okay, right. So talking rubbish. There was one where they showed a picture of her when she was younger as well. I can find it. I don't know. I don't think I can find it. Oh yes, here it is. Hopefully there'll be no funny things turning up on the screen. Right, so that's all the searches, but yeah, there's loads on this girl. Right. So this is her when she was younger. There's one with her and her grandmother. Find it. This is her grandma. I think this is the lady that died. I think it is. Yeah, this is her and her grandmother. There's her in Dallas before she went to Scotland. Obviously, I haven't cut out pictures and all that, but yeah, and this is where we at now. This is where we are. So, higher planet. So that's where we at right now. So when she's talking certain stuff is all a load of tosh, okay? In England we call it tosh, a load of rubbish. Okay, it's a load of rubbish. Now, there's something else I was meant to bring up while I'm here. Right. So, go back to the old little couples, and I will get to Jean in a minute, because that's just a whole nother something else, right? Now, bear in mind, the lady said she wasn't in a polygamy before and stuff like that, and she actually do. I don't know if I can. Let me get back to here so we can all see these, because she has a very long-ish videos, and I think somebody was doing thingy on her as well, to be honest. Someone was doing commentary on her. Yeah, I can find it. Okay, let me share it before I forget, and I going to do this particular segment of it, because the TikToker did pull out a couple things as well, and this is one of the videos that I came across to myself.
Who say to me, Her name is I love people called Rudo. Rudos are very nice people. Rudo means love. So names are very important. When you give names to your children, be very mindful of that. So there's a girl called Rudo Matauro. I mean, Matauro also means to speak. So this girl is very wise. So she came and she said, I was gonna literally block everybody who liked this comment. Then I was gonna block the commenter after it. But she said to me, as a top fan, I disagree with blocking of people yet. Keyword yet. Keep your enemies closer. Let them boil with hatred. And it ain't stopping you. And it's true. More followers, more book selling for you. Let me tell you something. I woke up today.
Now, bear in mind, right, she's with Rudolph, as she calls him. Now, she was a prophetess of a church and all sorts of, like, prophetess of a church, I think the lady said. I can't remember all the bits and pieces. She was a prophetess of a church. And she speaks like she knows everything. So I think this is the part where one of the TikTokers explained about her being part of polygamy. So in this particular vlog, she's talking about her being in polygamy. I'm going to just repeat what the title say, okay? Now, she does speak with an accent which is between Afrikaner and Welsh. So she dips in and out of her Afrikaner and she comes back into the English, and then she's got the Welsh on top of it, on the underlying Welsh accent. That's why she speaks like this.
To 13K followers. Just 2 days ago, or just less than 2 days ago, I went on 12K followers. So I'm getting thousands of followers in actually hours. My following is rocketing. Do you know what I mean? People are coming to my page and following me every single minute. So nothing is stopping me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna stop. It's a lot of views. Numbers don't lie. My page generates so much traffic. Like, people it's because it's zombies. They won't like or comment or whatever, but it doesn't stop the fact that everyone is there. Do you see what I mean? And that's what's important. I've got organic following. So Rudo, if you're watching this, I can promote you. Okay, I can reward you with promoting you because you gave me really sound advice. Like, don't block them yet. Just leave them. Let the haters come. And it's true. Because if God prepares a table before you in the presence of your enemies, you need the enemies. Hello, you need the enemies, isn't it? So I need my enemies to watch me get blessed. So thank you. Now I'm going to read this comment from this zombie. She's a nurse, I can tell. She did an assessment on me when I posted yesterday my daughter. She said this. Compensation theory. Her name is Rita Maposa. And people called Rita, they are very old. Don't forget, Rita is an old name. People called Rita, they are normally got like, and like backward. They think like backward. If your name is Rita, I'm sorry, change it. So this Rita Maposa, she came and she said, compensation theory suggests your rhetoric vileness is meant for your sister wives, whom you can't attack. Duh. So instead you attack your fellow Zimbabweans. It seems a polygamy life isn't for you. Oh my gosh. I look for wives for my husband. Don't get it twisted. I get excited when my husband finds a new wife because I love that lifestyle. Don't get it twisted. It fills you with hatred instead of love. Oh my gosh, you've got no idea what polygamy has done for me. You've got no idea how polygamy has changed my life. Get out of it, as you are now unlovable human being. Oh my gosh, unlovable. Me, Mary Tama, my sister wives bow at my feet. What are you talking about? They absolutely adore me.
The word come to me, she embellishes attention. Right? She likes when people is below her. No one should be above her. Right? She loves that thing. You know, there's some women, they love power. This lady, every orifice of her body and her being is being in power, having a woman bow down to her. Right? So remember yesterday when they were on the live and people was asking, how do you join Kabbalah, the kingdom of Kabbalah? And she says, no. You got to be this, and this, and this, and this, right? Because they were saying, oh, I'm spiritual and I do healings. And she goes and she sort of brushed off what the lady said. And she said, yeah, well, like, yes, you can heal with herbs and stuff like this and stuff like this. Mind you, as you're watching them, I know for some healers, even I've come across another healer or therapist or nutritionist, and he eats fruits and he's very organic. You can say he's organic, though he lives in a nice environment. He exudes you know, when you look at a person and their skin is glowing, he glows, basically. He glows. This lady, you see people bring her chicken, jammy dodgers, something else, I can't remember what it is. Like, in many of the recent ones, you see what people give them to eat and certain stuff. So she loves to be worshipped on many levels. It doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter who, whatever. She loves it. You know what I mean? That's why I said she likes good and bad press. She don't care. That's why they created so many new pages plus the group on top of it. They've been busy creating pages from since they got discovered with that young lady. So let's listen more.
They absolutely adore me. My sister wives are the best. Focus on getting well. Zombiness, because it is as it is you not fit to parent anyone. Oh God. Look who's talking. A zombiness. I'm gonna touch on that. Zombiness talking. And break the cycle of unfit parents as you turning out worse than the allegations you have made towards your mother. So you are a supporter of Miriam. And you guys, the way you love evil people. Your mom is now a saint compared to you. And guess how many likes this zombiness got for this assessment? 100 likes. It means you're all here. It means you all sit at the feet of my table. That's what it means. I've got my enemies. How many people have that honor? Only King David had that honor. I am as big as King David. Only King David had the honor to have his enemies sit at the feet of his table. That's the anointing I carry. All my enemies are literally at the feet of my table. When a zombie comments and get 100 likes on my post, it means all my enemies are at my feet. The followers keep coming every single hour. It's not stopping me. You hear me? My following is growing, so I have.
So I wasn't lying. I think my deduction was on point on that one. See, she likes it when you humble at her feet. She have a god complex, right? So bear in mind she's been a prophetess. She knows the Bible backwards and forwards. That's why she was able to correct the young lady. Okay, so when the way she's talking, that's exactly how she feels about people. That's exactly how she feels. You are beneath her. You are mere mortal.
I haven't got the time. I haven't got the time to be reading every single comment. Do you understand? I'm now becoming bigger. I'm becoming bigger every single day. So I can't be reading all the comments.
Now, the fact that as she's saying this, she's listening to herself. Now, this, I believe this is what she's doing as well, because like I said yesterday, she's going to all of the TikToks and all the stuff that's talking about her, and she's saying, oh, it's hate, it's hate, it's hate. Some people are just like, wow, who are these people? Some people are just like, oh my God, they're weird. Some people are like, oh my God, it's a cult. With me, I see it's a cult, right? So, and others, we see it's a cult. But in her mind, right, she likes to hear herself, you know. Fair enough, right? Fair enough, right? You, okay, I hate this word now because Jazzy's totally mashed it up. As a content creator, whatever, I can't think of another name for it. You have to listen to certain playbacks, like to check certain stuff. So in case it's a little bit shaky, you can take it off. Now, what she's doing, she's talking and she's listening back to herself as she's talking on her live or her recording. You know, then she chuckles. You know, like the Wicked Witch of the North. But it's she's just got that God, that what's it, the God complex, that God complex. When I did on cults before, they talk about this complex, what some of the leaders have. They think they're above, they know it all. Now, Kofi or Henny, whatever his name is, hasn't got that charisma. But the thing is that Jean has that charisma. She will talk. She does all the talking. He just sits there. She does all the talking, all the talking, all the talking, all the talking. She talks up for him. She talks up for herself. She's used to doing it, right? Apart from when he does the eye rolling back thing and he does the talking. But like I said, if it wasn't for this young lady, they would not have been seen or heard. But because the young lady was lost, they are seen and heard. So she's going to feed off of this. This is going to feed and feed off of this. Oh wow, who's this lady? Until when they dig up all her stuff and find out who she is and stuff like that. All right. So yeah. What is that?
It's fine. I'm gonna leave them, guys, because at this rate I'm going, I haven't got the time, guys, to deal with every little comment. Most comments I didn't even read them yesterday. Yesterday I was so busy, I never even read half the comments. That's my life now. So it's also good for people to come and see that my enemies are at my feet. They are making me famous. This zombie called Rita, who commented yesterday and saying that I'm an unfit parent. Zombie nurses, don't let me expose ya. Don't let me expose ya. Most of you, your daughters lose their virginity at 12, 13 because you leave your children alone at home to go for shifts. You don't even sleep at home. You will be on night shifts. 99% of daughters of zombie nurses in the UK are not even virgins. At 12, 13, they lose their virginity. It's a fact. When I used to live in Milton Keynes, there's so many Zimbabweans in Milton Keynes. So many. And my daughter used to have one Zimbabwean friend. I had to stop her. And I had to stop her. I said, Nakai, just stop, baby. Just stop before they corrupt you. These Zimbabwean daughters of nurses, stop it. This girl was, An 11-year-old girl child of a Zimbabwean nurse in MK. She lost her virginity to like 4 boys in the park. 4 boys in the park slept with an 11-year-old girl. And the mother was at work. And I said to my daughter, stay away from her. I said, stay away from these Zim girls. It's like they're demon possessed. I said, stay away. My daughter was so concerned. Nakai kutaza kurara. Her friend achikwirwa mupark Newton Kings. Akakwirwa mwana ane 11 years. Nitwa komana chinenge 5. Ejinezi mwana ye ahure, slay queen. Mwana slay queen mu Newton Kings. Achingo twera pictures asinofeka kashama. Ma Zimbabweans. Domana vamakauya kuzoreiza kuno manesi makauya kuzoreiza a lineage yema prostitutes. Ndizo majaira vana vanzwa nekukwirwa nema Nigerian. Sanga mu Newton Kings vapera vese ma it's rare to find a Zimbabwean girl child actually virgin. Vanokwirwa vese at primary. You have sacrificed all your nurses. You have sacrificed your own children for my and it's to marry to NHS. Imarere I'm not tambira. Imarere. It's to my pounds. Tamuno piwana Boris. Imari. Kupi what my pounds to change to tamuno piwa NHS. Moto onongema moshamsira mchi sacrifice vana venyu. Now vana vamahure vana vamanesi mazihure mu UK. Vanokwirwa at 11, 12. To askana tinenge tuchira Roma Park. Ndakati manakai I don't even want to hear. You've got a Zimbabwean friend, it ends here. Vanga caught up to my daughter. Ndikati manangu we had to move from MK. Because of Zimbabweans there. We had to flee from MK. Takata kuja flee kutiza MK. Vana vedu vanga corrupt nema Zimbabweans. Makauya kuno ku UK kuzo raise a lineage emahure. Imimi munokwirwa anamai ndive ma Nigerian. Anamai vanokwirwa nema Nigerian. Anamai manes. Munenge mchichita on your Zim husbands. Musuma andikuzive. I know thy works. I know thy works, and thy works I'll expose on rooftops. I know thy works, and I'll expose your works on the rooftop.
So this is her. This is how she is anyway. This is her character. This is how you see her upon that screen. That is her. Okay. Now there was another one. Hold on. Let me turn this on. There's another one. There's another one that caught my eye. She's saying she has a glamorous lifestyle. She lives a glamorous lifestyle. Now, I think this person, which one is it? I can't remember which one it is. I think it's this one. Is it this one?
My husband has given me a lifestyle.
Okay.
In Nakai's flat, Nino's clothes are everywhere. Nino has got like 12 houses, guys, and his clothes are in every house. Sometimes he uses Nakai's flat. Like sometimes he goes there when Nakai is not there. He goes there because it's a nice little den, and he uses it sometimes as his den. So he's got clothes in I've got his clothes here. He's got clothes in every house because he's got many houses. So that's his house as well. I've just answered you. In Zimbabwe, you laughing suspicious. Like, just get a grip. Like,
And it's strange they call them Zombie Nation. Isn't that interesting, eh?
Chijanje is my friend, guys. Like, we're cool. Like, he's a nice guy. And be kind to him. Like, don't insult him. He's a nice guy. And I think I'm gonna invite him. I think I'm gonna send him a letter. Because inini dine power yekunza vanhu kunoku. So I'm gonna send him a letter. Thomas, and he can come and visit. He can come and visit. Any money from him anymore. And last night I used.
Oh, so these are the statements from the comments that was in her comments. So what she's done, she's put it as little bits, and then she answers them through the video. Okay.
Used all the money I had left to go for a meal, okay? And I'm hoping I'm gonna be getting money tomorrow. But right now, all the money has been taken. He doesn't give me any money anymore. He's cut all the money, and he's not protecting Nakai. Nakai's flat has been robbed. He's nowhere to be found. He's not cooperating with the police. The police are trying to get hold of him because they've got the guy in the cells and they want to charge him and they need a statement from Nino. He's not cooperating. So it's really, really hard. My daughter is not even safe in her flat. So I just want you guys to help me. Like right now, anyone can help me, guys, but most of you know how mean you are to me, and you know, Zimbabweans, you call me crazy because you've never seen a person like me. Anything you don't understand, you mock it. That's how you are. Anything you don't get, you just mock it. You just always mock me, like you don't even like me. When you come to my page, you just come to insult me in your numbers. You've always been like that. For years, I fight alone. I fought Masocha alone. Magandini Dinopenga, as Masocha Ejnezi was proven that he's a pedophile. You never believe me. I always fight alone because I'm an eagle. And I know I'm crying. Mad. And then you say, not to cry. That's why Grace I could to cry. Want to cook. I'm not used to cooking. Do you understand? My husband has given me a lifestyle of my food being cooked for. He's given me food being cooked for. I don't cook. My husband cooks for me. I rarely cook. Either my husband cooks for me or he gets people to cook for me. So I'm not used to cooking. I'm spoiled like that. And that's the lifestyle I'm used to. I don't cook. So that's why every night now I have to go to the pub because I don't cook. And I don't want to cook. I'm not used to that. Bika Kupi Ajanam Kitchen. Have you ever seen Royalty Shibika? Andy BK, I'm sorry. I know how to cook, but Andy BK. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna find my own maid and Andy BK. I'm gonna find my own assistant who cooks for me. Either my husband cooks for me or he gets people to cook for me. So I'm not used to cooking. I'm spoiled like that. And that's the lifestyle I'm used to. I don't cook. So that's why every night now I have to go to the pub because I don't cook. And I don't want to cook. I'm not used to that. Bika Kupi Ajenam Kitchen. Have you ever seen Royalty Shibika? Andy BK. I'm sorry. I know how to cook, but Andy BK. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna find my own maid and I'm gonna find my own assistant who cooks for me. I will not cook because my own husband taught me not to cook. I can get usabike. Even here I the bikira. So I refuse it. I'm looking for someone to come and cook for me because I don't cook. I know how to cook. Don't get it twisted, guys. But in Gua kubika handina. Handina nguwa kubika, handina nguwa kuta. All that stuff because Nino ndiye kandi spoiler. Ndiye ainditi usabike mkazi wangu nekuturi queen.
Hi, Lisa says what? So that's what that girl from Tech World, that all the handmaidens that's come there, that's what they are there for. They're there to cook and wait on their hand and foot, basically, in a nutshell. So there was another lady that's in the picture that's on the thumbnail. So I'm gonna bring her forward too. Let me see if I can find her. Hold on. Let me bring her forward.
Story. Her real name was Aaliyah Johnson. She lived in Oklahoma in the US with her family. Now, when she was a teenager, she decided to travel to the UK to join the Kingdom of Kubala. Now, she was welcomed to the UK by Jean Gashaw to the kingdom. So she was made to be the handmaiden and she was named Lady Safi. Now, she had to follow a lot of rituals, and one of these included washing the king's feet and generally just obeying whatever the king tells you to do. Now, allegedly, it is thought the king and this young girl were involved somehow. Something happened where she may have even been pregnant. Now, Aaliyah Johnson's family are saying there's no truth to this, that she was not pregnant. Something happened, we don't really know what, but Lady Safi decided to leave the kingdom. She went back to the US to go back home, and then she had serious mental health problems. Now, some people are speculating that there was a curse sent to her from this kingdom. Others are saying people were following her, that this kingdom is actually really large around the world. Now, back in 2024, this is the news channel where Aliyah was actually found dead. They said that she was crossing the road or something, then there was a bus and a car that crashed onto her. Some people are saying she was running from someone. Now, till this day, we don't really know what happened to her, but when she left the kingdom of Kubala, she died. If you know the story of the kingdom of Kubala, you know Lady Safi. Now, something really strange happened to this young girl. Let me tell you this story. So her real name was Aaliyah Johnson. She lived in Oklahoma.
Now there is an interaction that happens between them, and I'll look at a little bit of it, but She was the lady who was also doing the prayer dances. Also the lady that was in, seemed like a square, and they're wearing like kind of like natural tops, and they're dancing in the square. That's why I think that's the part where I kept repeating myself, saying that the theatrics. So I did look at a little bit of the one interaction as well, and I couldn't understand what was going on. But now she said that, I see what they're talking about. So let me just get it. Hold on. That's what I tell you. The lady's jealous. She has a jealousy streak in her, and she records their every moment too. So she also, I think, to me, this conflict or whatever conversation's going on, this conversation here that I'm just going to park up now. This conversation here, yeah, it just like, I saw this, but I didn't clock who it was, who she was talking to, because I didn't realize it was Lady Safi as well, because I was just more interested in the videos. I wasn't looking at any other thing, but I'm going to play it.
Begging
I didn't get down on my knees to say, my Lord, please give me your
She had us all convinced that she was pregnant. When even the king told me that she is going to do this, she's going to play the pregnancy card, saying, I've got nausea, I've got this. Just imagine.
Because I was telling the king the whole time
and
what
then,
I was going
you
through.
were telling me
and
that
you even said it was
Head.
psychological.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, and what point is that a lie?
In your head.
What point is that a lie?
Because you wanted it to be true.
No, exactly. Because what woman don't want to have a baby?
With an evil man.
You conceived against an evil man and had Nakai. So what are you talking about?
So I am.
What are you talking about? You literally had a baby. You literally conceived against the evil man without his knowledge.
God, that went so fast. But yes, you see the conflict. You see what I'm saying? And I believe that's the same what's going to happen with this young lady. That conflict is there. Like, there's levels to it. But this poor lady is a lady who passed away. Lady Safi, that's what the TikToker was talking about. So as you see, before she left, there was a conflict between them anyway. So, let me see if I can get another one. All right, so there's another one. He's talking about Zimbabwe women. See, he doesn't really talk a lot, really. He doesn't talk much. He mostly rolls back his eyes.
Zimbabwe men are like women.
Yes,
and the true. Women are like men. So this mystery of ages, the land has got the power of a woman.
Wow.
When you even look at your country, I do not know much about your celebrities and all, but majority of the celebrities from your country are women. This is the mystery why they are attracted to the West African men. Because the West African men need strong black women to be beside them.
Oh my God.
Zimbabwe women are not.
Yeah. I don't know. Where these people, I don't know. It's just, like attract like, but she likes power. She's in love with her husband. As you can see, she's all over him and stuff. But if he wasn't here today, I did do a live where they was live. I'm not going to play all of it. Oh, hold up. Oh, I came across. Hold on. A lot of people must go to this channel because look, it's popped up on my thing now. Okay. I'm going to play this one. It has popped up just now as I'm about to go the next way. As Ringo Vision will say, as I was about to segue somewhere. I'm about to segue.
To Lady Safi. Lady Safi is a young woman who is American born and raised that found herself in the United Kingdom and was part of the Kubala kingdom and was made the second wife to the king. Upon arrival, she was welcomed by the queen herself, Queen Mary Tama, who is the first wife to Kofi Ofe. This young lady, who was about 20 years old at that time, arrived in the United Kingdom and was part.
Now, for those who was around when I first did the live on them, right, remember they were in the square dancing, it was all peaceful looking, and that I actually didn't see about this young lady, right, because I was too focused on the one that reached the Texas girl. But I'm gonna play this as well. I mean, I wasn't gonna play this particular lady, but I actually turned up on my timeline. Maybe I'm supposed to use a video. I wasn't going to use it, but I'm going to use it anyway, you know. But I'm going to watch it because I didn't watch it on the other channel holders channel, but I'm going to watch it and I will comment as it happens. Okay.
Of anything that they were doing in the Kubala kingdom, the naive young lady was used and was even made to have a relationship with this Ghanaian man that calls himself the king and made her believe she was a queen of some sort. Her name was Aliyah Johnson, who came from the United States and joined this kingdom and was made.
Why does this feel like I'm watching Eferu and them all over again? I mean, I was trying my best not to equate them with them as much, but it's like I'm watching Eferu. What's her name? Zoka. When she first came, when Zoka was fresh faced, and she came over to the cult, and you know, they start off looking all beautiful before they go and they get there, and it's like they take the life out of them. You know what I mean? And to me, this is not unusual. This is not unusual. Like her looking this way, and then now she's there. She's this man's wife, and all this. Ugh.
To do all sorts of rituals that I will show you in this video in the name of serving their king or prophet or messiah, King Ofe from Ghana. But all I see is a group of people that were using this young lady to do the unthinkable, and her family is not happy about what happened to Lady Safi. Aliyah Johnson was a young teenager living her life in America, and she didn't think that one day she would find herself in the United Kingdom. But then she found herself in the UK and later on decided to leave, and that's where her ending started. It is believed that Lady Safi was pregnant for the king of the Kubala kingdom, but that pregnancy was concealed. And again, people are saying that the baby might have been among the children which social services took. And that must have also affected Aliyah Johnson in going back to the US, because she was thinking about the child that she had lost to.
So the social services is similar to the CPS over in America, right? So that's our thingy. It's like similar to the CPS.
Social services. Again, her family has denied that there was never a child, but there's a video where Queen Mary makes her confess that she's never been pregnant. Why is the video being released now? Is Mary Tama trying to hide something? Jean Gasho is her original name. Is she trying to hide something? Listen to this snippet.
She said what she is that begging? Begging me I didn't get down on my knees to say my Lord. Please give me your seed. She made us all convinced that she was pregnant. When even the king told me that she is going to do this. She's going to play the pregnancy card. Saying, I've got nausea, I've got this. Just imagine. Because I was telling the king the whole time what I was going through. You were telling and you even said it was psychological. Yes. Exactly. Yes. So, and what point is that a lie? In your head. What point is that a lie? Because you wanted it to be true. No, exactly. Because what woman don't want to have a baby? With an evil man? You conceived against the evil man and had Nakai, so what are you talking about? So what are you talking about? You literally had a baby with.
You know, I didn't catch that just now. She called her own man evil. Oh, I hope I get through this all. Seriously, this thing is crazy. The more I look, the more I hear, the more I listen. It's like I hear something new every time. It's crazy. I hope I get through this. This commentary is quite crazy. It's crazy, right? Her jealousy so built up. She called her man evil, the one who she called my Messiah, the king of the north, the this and that. That's what I said. She's the mouthpiece of everything. He don't say nothing. He just kind of say so. See, and then when she said it, he goes, "Oh, am I evil now?" Crazy.
You literally conceived as you say evil man without his knowledge.
Was Jean Gasho becoming jealous that Aliyah Johnson was in love with her husband?
Do you really want me to answer that? Because I already answered this many times. I already see it already from that live that I did earlier in the day yesterday. She gets jealous of the women. When a woman touch down there, and obviously there's an interaction, right? Male and female. She says she's into polygamy, but for me, I feel that she ain't really in it like that, really. She ain't in it like that. She says a lot of things, calling them the handmaidens and this and that and the other. Really, all she wants the handmaiden to do is to cook for her, wait on her hand and foot, carry, like, because there's a video where the girl carries wood. When they do praise or whatever, they have to come along. It seems like they have to come along to everything, what they do. So she wants the women, like I said, the women, right? She said that she picks the women. I think that is not true. I don't think that's true. I think he might pick them. He might say, oh, I like that one. And then they make contact and then the lady comes. That's what I think. Because it's like he's got a type. They're all American. They're all certain ways. You know how they talk about men, how you have a type. He has a type. Right? So, and she is getting older in age. You know, men, when like in African men, some African men, not all of them, or maybe some, maybe multitude, allegedly, they when certain things is going on in their marital home. I mean, we see it with Eat With Q. When certain things is going on, they go outside the marital house and they go looking, which is like most men are like that. And they will get someone, and like I said, that this is something out of a Nollywood. The reason why I say that, because when you watch some Nollywood movies, right, the man will bring the wife on the woman on his wife's space. Then the wife will slowly get pushed out. Now Jean doesn't seem the type who will go away easy anyway, because she'll fight for her man. She don't care. And she has a jealous streak in her. When you're doing certain things like polygamy, I believe, right, you have to be open. Like, okay, if he's not with me tonight, he's at a Sharon's house, or he's with this. If he's not in my bed, he's with, whatever. Like, and that's why they say that how in polygamy they're not supposed to be in one place anyway. So she said that she chooses them. Maybe she did choose this Texas girl, but it sounded like the Texas girl ran away from Texas to me. That's what it sounds like to me anyway. But I'm speculating, I'm assuming, okay? But yeah, it's she has a jealous streak. So you saying, is she jealous? She's jealous. She's just a jealous woman. Right? She's a jealous woman. In the video I just played, she talks about her man. Oh, well, he cooks for me, he does this for me, he does that for me, he likes how I do my hair. I didn't show the one where he likes how I do my hair, he likes how I do. Her whole world is her man. Her world is her man and her children. That's how she fluctuates. That's why I can understand why she said what she said to her seemed like teenage daughter, basically. But yeah, that's why I just cut it off there. I said nothing else.
Was she trying to make the man turn against this young lady they called Lady Safi? Well, a lot of things were happening in that house. And I believe a lot of information has been concealed from the public. If not for social services taking the children away, we wouldn't have even known about this family. It's good that the government has taken control of all this craziness that is going on in their lives. But the sad part is how Aliyah Johnson ended up losing her life. Let's listen to a snippet of how she was hypnotized to believe in this, their kingdom. Listen to this.
Because this is an honor to even be a part or even see and witness what's happening in history.
Yes, this is historical, and like what you say, this is history in the making. And our names right now are being written down. In this kingdom, the blueprint of who we are is being written down. And even when you talk about, before when you were live, I was seeing some comments saying, how can the king have all these beautiful women? What have you got to say about that? They say we are too beautiful for the king.
If I haven't said hi to everybody, sorry, I've been really caught up. I'm really trying to really listen into what they're saying. Hi, Lisa says what? And Kitten Zombie. Hi, Ocean. Yemi's mirror more than chat. I made it here. I'm listening in the bushes. I hit the. Oh, thank you. This is such a situation. It's such a situation. I thought it was just going to be a normal cult, but it's just, the more we see of this lady, it just becomes something else. But, as you can see, the lady's drawn into the BS, she thinks she's capitulated by whatever's going on, she's in her box, isn't it? So, yeah.
But he is the king.
Well, I would say the king is mighty handsome, and this is his birthright.
And he's the most gorgeous, isn't it? He's melanin and everything. Oh gosh, I think okay, I think we have to stop gushing over our Lord's husband and just say kubala, kubala. Kubala, kubala. Fiona
is here.
Lady Safi was made to do this ritual of washing the feet of Kofi. Lady Safi is then told to explain what she was doing, and her explanation is that she needs to anoint the feet of the king, and that is why he's placing his feet in the bowl of.
What a load of. I don't know, I'm trying not to swear here, man. What a load of, don't know the word right now. When I do some live on them again, I gotta think of another word because it's a load of behind cows behind. It's a load of cows behind, and like it's an obsession. It's not even love. I don't think it's love. I think it's obsession. Obviously, you're in a situation. You're in a situation. It's you, another woman, and this man. You're in this situation, and it's like she forcing the husband, like the girl to the husband. You know what I mean? Like she's washing his feet, probably in the bed, and all sorts of things are going on. How many people are in this one? Oh, there's 3 people in here. But before this, like, it's like this lady came before the Texas lady. So, or she was around kind of before, and the Texas lady came around about the same time because there's a picture of the 4 of them together. So, you know.
Water where she's pouring that anointing oil. Lady Safi's uncle expressed that they don't know how she joined this account. And till date, the uncle has been mourning the loss of the niece, Aliyah, who's so young. And he shares memories of this young lady that lost her way.
Can you explain to the people who are watching all over the world what this is, what you're doing?
So right now I am just anointing the king's feet. First I begin by washing his feet. And right here, this is the time to be delicate with it. Go slow, because this here is an anointing. And this just came to spirit today to just anoint his feet on our Sabbath day, which is very powerful to the God of Israel. So I am Lady Safi of the Northern Kingdom. Today I come before you and I want to thank you.
So even as she's there, you notice she start talk like the woman. She started talk like the woman. You know how she slow the accent, then it goes into Welsh, whatever. I don't even hear the American accent no more. Is this another nature boy? Yes, it possibly is. It possibly is another nature boy because, but it's like the woman's running things though. Love has nothing to do with this. That's right. True.
You for all the prayers for the king and the queen. Happy Sabbath to you all and to the free worships especially. I just want to make sure that you keep.
Mind you, there is a similarity because one time, I just remembered something. One time he was sitting on the sitting somewhere in Atlanta. This is Nature Boy, that is, and he says, "Oh, anything I ask these people to do, they just do." So he said to them, "Take my shoes off." You see all the men grab to take his shoes off and rest and take off the boot, and I think the Timberlands, I think he had on at the time, and then I think he said, I think there was a washing feet situation in carbonation. So there is similarities of carbonation within this one in certain levels, even to how they look after themselves. The downloads, they do kind of like download situations. Yeah, like I said, they're a very interesting bunch. They're very interesting in the way they do. Not only that, because of the Africanness that comes with it. There's a lot of African essence that come true. So yeah, yes, there's a lot of similarities.
them in your prayers for their journey home and all things good. Kubala, kubala, ilis way.
The way Lady Safi looked away, it looked like somebody told her what to say. Lady Safi eventually decided to leave this kingdom, and she traveled back to the United States. And when she got to the United States, something happened. According to Jean Gasho, she expresses all the time that the reason why Lady Safi is no more is because she never listened to their so-called king, and he gave her a curse. So this young lady traveled back to the US.
Curses Juju they sent after her, because look at the stuff what they were doing. There's one where she's saying she's sacrificing a dove. On the onset, it looks like Obatala. Obatala is an Orisha of creation and stuff like that. Mind you, when you watch certain African movies, right, there's certain things what happens in the movies. There's certain stuff that happens in the movies. They're not very good account of African spirituality, right? So she's got the dove and she's walking through the street and they're making fun of her. So if she did send something behind her when she left, because bear in mind this lady is a so-called prophetess and blah 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 blah. African people take their Christianity, their spirituality very seriously. They see you on the road and they're into what they're into, they will stop you and they will give you a whole lecture about the Bible, left, right, center, up, down, sideways. That's how some Africans stay, right? They will say they don't engage in certain things and they are engaging in certain stuff, right? But yeah, that the video of her where she's saying, "Oh, this is for Chaka," and she's dressed in white. Disturbing. I always have questions, so I would never be able to join any of these tribes. They would not like that. Yes, they don't like to be questioned. It's the same when I was part of Nation of Islam. When you start questioning too much, they don't like you. Some of them, they don't like you because you question so much and you don't give in to certain stuff. You don't become part of the fixtures. You don't fit in. They don't come part of the clique, as they say. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean when you say that, because I've been there myself. So yeah.
And she was having troubles with deliverance and trying to remove herself from and detaching herself from this so-called kingdom, Kubala kingdom. However, they didn't know how to support her properly. In America, they looked at it as it was mental health instead of spiritual. So she's even reported in the news of what happened to her. Because this group is quite big, they have some links outside of the United Kingdom. According to her uncle, who has expressed this on social media, on TikTok, the uncle has shared that it seems like there are some people who are chasing after Lady Safi. And in running away from these people, she ended up running into a car and a bus. And both the bus and the car had an impact on Lady Safi. And that's how she lost her life.
Thank you, Jack. New tonight, families speaking out after their loved one, Aaliyah Johnson, was hit and killed by a vehicle in an embarked bus last week. Fox 25's Katie Arado spoke with her brother and sister. Katie, what they have to say?
Well, Adam, Aaliyah Johnson was only 20 years old and tragically lost her life last week. Her family members say her death could have been prevented if mental health care was more accessible in Oklahoma.
She was beautiful, man. Her laugh was crazy. It was contagious.
She was very funny. She loved people.
Aaliyah Johnson's siblings describing their sister, who was tragically taken too soon. On January 3rd, Johnson was hit by a car and then an embarked bus when she was crossing the street on Northeast 23rd. Officials say she was pronounced dead on the scene.
The news was...
Yeah, it is very sad. She didn't even live like a life, I hope they get justice for her. I really do. Justice has to prevail, one way or the other.
It was devastating. And
Loved ones say Aaliyah struggled with mental health issues and was battling them the day the accident happened.
my sister did suffer from some mental health issues. Again, stuff that we as a family was trying to understand and deal with.
Those close with Aaliyah say her fate could have been different if she would have been able to get the help she needed last week.
We were aware that there were calls, the police were aware, or the authorities were aware. From my understanding, when we made contact, it was they had gotten multiple calls in regards to our sister, and yet they said she didn't meet the criteria.
Her family now working to bring awareness to mental health accessibility and its importance.
Again, it was devastating, and we just really want to get her story out, just spreading the light on just getting people being able to get help when needed.
Aaliyah's family has set up a GoFundMe page to help pay for her burial and service. If you'd like to donate, we have a link to it on our website, okcfox.com. Reporting live in studio, Katie Arata, Fox 25 News.
It is believed that Lady Safi was about 18 to 19 years old when she joined the family. The questions I would ask is, who funded her flight? Why didn't her family stop her? Why are they crying now to the media? It's sad. I believe Jane Gasho and the husband funded this. And the UK authorities must take action against them. Because ideally, they were grooming this young lady.
You're not going to believe what happened. Tell me everything. I'll show you on Monday.com. So I
ended up losing her life because it was too much for her age. Indeed, life is spiritual.
So guys, this is another part of the series where Jean believes that the reason why Lady Safi is no more is because she betrayed their oracle. She was listening to people who called their religion an occult. And according to Jean, their religion is not an occult, but it's the true religion, the new revelation that is coming to this world. And you know, guys, one thing I know is that when you try to joke around with spiritual things and try to use yourself as the one that is important than God in heaven that we know and Jesus Christ, no matter what, even in a country like the UK, which is so free and flexible on religions, they will question your mental health state and they will question what you are about, you know, especially that we even do RE in schools here in the UK. They let RE and other religions which are officially registered, but not kubala. So Jean has been trying to put up a statement that Kubala Kingdom is very powerful to the point that this young lady, Safi, who decided to go back to the United States, suffered a ghastly motor accident.
That there is a God who created the heavens and the earth. There is a higher power that each being adhere to. This is the time that all shall be gathering and all shall be coming together. But no, you guys want to continue to sleep and continue to repeat the same cycles your ancestors did once before.
Like I said, when you're searching, you have to be careful what tribe you go into, what community you're part of, all that stuff. Okay? And yes, they will prey on the young and vulnerable. And I feel in this case is what happened to this young lady. They preyed on the young and vulnerable. And yes, she may have been groomed. Yes, she may have been groomed, and that's what brought her to come to the, what do you call it? I mean, they changed the name. They are now the Moors Northern Tribe. The Moors Northern Tribe, or the Kingdom of Kabbalah. I keep saying Kabbalah. The other one. The one that Madonna's into. Yes, but you know, you have to be careful of these things, you know what I'm saying?
It's like when people give you the opportunity to flee, you guys are asleep. You're like, my couches are here. My dogs are here. I cannot forget my dogs. And that is pure stupidity. For I had fled the land of America. And I had came into the grace of my salvation through my King,
destroy all lands. You have seen the flood that happened.
Okay, to me, she's brainwashed here, okay, as well. So, you know, so what I'm going to also do is show this one too, because I want to show you, Jean is going to get jealous of this young lady from Texas as well. Is it going to do it? Hold on. How did I get it? That's not it. Hold on a minute. Gonna try. It jumped. Is that one not there? Yeah, one of them's not there. There's an interaction here as well. I want, like, this young lady when she interacts with him is very close. So something else here. He won't let me do it. He won't let me do it. He won't let me do it. It won't let me do it. But anyways, why yeah, that is very sad story. If I have to come back up, it'll be because I'm watching the progression after this as well. And yes, they was charged for some stuff as well. It's all on my post. Him and Kofi and Jean was charged for a few stuff. They have a lovely family. I can say that. It's a lovely mix of family. Jean herself is a very, like I said, she could be, you could say she's entitled. Yes, he won't let me do it. He won't let me put up something. It keeps freezing and going funny when I'm trying to reach the blinking something. It's annoying. It's only letting, like, it's fine with what I played just now, but now it's playing up. I don't want to go all over the place now, because I could do that, but I don't want to. I'm not researching anything. I don't want to research. There's no need for me to research. It's like there's a lot of stuff with the group. There's a lot of things going on with the group. A lot. Because I was curious about the texting, because one of my subscribers, on yesterday's live, they said, oh, she left the child, because when she got asked about does she have children, she didn't want to answer, but she left the child. What they are charging, you should not have any problems. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the stream's playing up a little bit, so I can't pull up what I want to pull up right now, because there's a lot. This group has a lot going on with it. And you know, the jealousy is going to rear its ugly head again with that young lady, because Jean already got her at a level. Hold on, let me show you how the level she has it. Hold on. The level she has that girl. Hold on. Okay. So this was from my live yesterday, and this is the level Jean has this girl. So if this girl thinks she's special, she's not. I mostly think that she's there to bring life, mostly wait on her hand and foot. That's what I think. I personally think that. See, this is the level she got her at. See where she's sitting? See where she's sitting? That's the level Jean got her at. Nandi got her at. Right? She ain't gonna be nowhere further. And as worse, if she has a baby, if she has a, I'm already talking their blinking accent. If she has a baby for this man as well, right? It's gonna be something else. Okay, it's gonna be something else. And African men, like I said, they have this thing. They love. They have all. They love us. They love having offspring. They love having babies and all that. There is another video I was gonna play of Jean, but because of her accent and how she says words or how she says certain stuff, it's like, because I've been around people like her, where they go in and out of dialect, in and out of English, I'm kind of used to it, used to hearing it. So for others, it might not be as easy to listen to, and I haven't got a translator on here. So when she's talking Zimbabwean, even though she talks Zimbabwean and she talks the English first, then she talks the Zimbabwean, she goes in and out a lot. You know, it's a bit like Nigerians where they speak pidgin English and then they go in and out, in and out, in and out. It's like that. So, but this is the level. Let me take off the words off the screen. This is the level Jean's got that young lady. And let me see if I can find the other one. I'm going to see if I can find the one where the young lady is sitting with Kofi. Right, let me see if I can find it. Where she's sitting with Kofi. Because I don't want, I'm going to do this a little bit over an hour. I've got the off. Oh my gosh. Well done. You went somewhere else. Okay. So the one I want to see. Okay. Let's go to this part here. Where is it? Where do I stop it? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. She has many interactions with Kofi. Many. See, there's this one. Right, there's one, and there's another one where she has an interaction with her. It's another one. And I know, say, that lady ain't gonna feel it after a while. Okay. She ain't gonna feel it after a while. There is one where she talks about what kubala is. What does the name mean? All that stuff. Hold on. Let me see if I find it. Where's that interaction? It's an interaction that they have. It's very close. Let me see where it did it. Oh yeah.
Oh, hail the King of the North. Oh, hail the Messiah. Oh, hail the Shushuma, the holy seed of David.
You are the chosen one. You are the one to usher us to the promised land, here in the holy land of Scotland, the land of the ancestors, the land of King David, the land of King Solomon. Oh, Holy One of David, you have come, the Shushuma.
I must come to bring the captives home. The time has come for black power in Kubala.
Oh, hail the King of the North. Oh, hail the Messiah.
So she's there. Hold on. It's the mic one. So it's basically they're worshipping him. They're worshipping him. He's the... Oh yeah, that's her daughter. I'm going to show her daughter too much. Oh yeah, here it is. This is one where she explains what Kabbalah is and blah, 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 blah.
We do. It's natural.
Let me pause. Put a pause upon it. Let's get a very sharp eye upon this. All right.
Anything about our existence is a fear or a threat to your existence. It literally means you're unnatural, which means you don't belong here. You don't belong in nature. So, yeah. Kubala, Kubala, Iliswe. Everything about how we adorn ourselves, how we live, everything that we do is natural. If anything about our existence is a fear or a threat to your existence, it literally means you're unnatural, which means you don't belong here. You don't belong in nature. So, yeah. Kubala, Kubala.
There's another one. There's another one. Hold on. Hold on. You didn't see her dressed as normal. Crazy. Well, even here they call her the prophetess. She puts prophetess. Then they got to give them papers as well. What's it here? Hold on, let me see if we can find something. Because there's one where she was explaining why they say Kabbalah, Kabbalah. If I don't find it, I'll just clip it and put it. If I can't find it, I have to leave it. Because, bro. Let me see. I don't know, I can't find it. That's a shame. There's the interaction she had with the guy and he's close. Oh yeah, they got given a sewing machine. Yes, there's this too. They got given a sewing machine. Mustn't forget that part. They got given a sewing machine. So this is all on Safi's thing as well. Let's show the machine. Oops. Get given a sewing machine. My old-fashioned sewing machine. I can't see it. Right, but if I don't find the interaction between her and that guy, I will put it up in a little clip or a video, however. So it's gone over 2 hours. I don't want to go into 3 hours because every time I go in, I dig up more stuff. It's strange. I dig more stuff. I find new things. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there, to be honest. Okay, so thank you, Pancake coming true. Amma, Planet, Lisa says what, and Kitten Zombie. So yes, so it is a cult. Whether they want to accept that they're a cult or not, you're a cult. That's it. You're a cult. I see you as a cult. Others see you as a cult. I'm just saying, like I'm saying, if a sector come out of this, I'd be surprised. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna want to do stuff. They're gonna want to be seen. The lady, particularly, is gonna want to be seen. She's gonna want to put that by, you know, she wants to teach people what is kubala is and blah 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 blah. She's gonna have loads of different pages. She's gonna have loads of different pages and stuff. People might find out new things on them. So, you know, but yeah, she has that girl at the level. You're down there and I'm up here. And even as you see how she talking about how she's calling people zombies and this and that and the other, that's how she sees people. But before I go back into speech, I'm going to come off and I'll see you guys in the comment section. If you're on the replay, please comment. If you go to the clips, what I put up of them, comment. You can go backwards and look at old videos, comment, and then we'll have a good conversation in the comment section. And I'll see you later. Take care. Bye. Oh yeah, happy bank holiday. Enjoy your carnival. Have a safe one. And I'll see you. Bye.